And there's light. So people, this is my last video for tonight. It's almost midnight. I'm not tired, but I'm starting to go in that direction, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. A friend of mine and I were talking on Facebook, and I just wanted to say something. I don't want to start crying. I'm pretty well off. Okay, I don't have everything I would like. I don't have everything that would make life more comfortable. But you know what? I have a roof over my head. I have a beautiful, wonderful girlfriend. I point there because she's in that room over there. I have some fantastic fur babies. I do have plenty of books. Um, uh, yes, there are a lot of books I wish I had that I don't have, but if you knew how many books I have, uh, you know, I don't freeze to death in the winter. I don't burn up in the summer. I have food to eat. Maybe not as much as I would like. Maybe not always the food I want. But I'm not starving to death. Although sometimes I might think I am. I'm really not starving to death. This roof does not leak. Um, you know, I have electricity. I have the internet. I have a computer. I have clothes to wear, even though you very rarely, if ever, see me with a shirt on. Nonetheless, I have clothes to wear. I have medicine. You know, I have a heart condition. I've had several heart attacks, minor heart attacks. Um, um, and I've had, depending on, I mean, up here in New Hampshire, I've had good health care. Do I wish certain things were different? Yes, I do, but I'm doing pretty darn good, pretty darn well. Okay, I really don't have anything to complain about because I'm doing pretty darn well. I have a car. I've never owned a car in my life. I've had vehicles, but they weren't owned by me. They were owned by, say, my mother or my sister, or I guess my mother. Um, you know, I had a wonderful, beautiful, fantastic wife that I loved. Sadly, I won't get into that. We have puzzles. We have board games. We have a stereo in there. We have a TV in there. We have DVDs. You know, we have material things, and we have each other, and I have family. Um, True, I don't have any family right here that I know about. I probably have family by marriage, either in Mass or in Maine, but I don't know them. And I'm just saying I think I do. I shouldn't say I probably do. I should say I think I might have family in Maine and or Massachusetts. Um, I do have family. I mean, I don't live near them. I have family in Texas, family in North Carolina, family in Virginia, family in Canada, family in Europe, maybe family in Asia. I don't know. I have family by marriage in Asia, but I don't know them. Um, you know, I'm not really wanting for anything. I mean, yes, I wish certain things were different. I'm sorry, I'm like not in the center of this. Well, now I'm way over there. Sorry, I'm not trying to show my chest, but I do have a shirt right over there I could put on. How about that? Oh, whoops! Oh, I'm glad there was no cat or dog under that. That was some ammunition I found. What? Yeah, it's my computer. I don't know why it's doing that. See, the girlfriend bought this for me the other day. So now I like camo. I had to get rid of all my camo because, well, all but one thing that's up there that my cousin bought for me. Because after Carolyn passed away, I went into a very deep depression and ruined a lot of stuff. My camo clothes just became nasty, and I had to get rid of them. And you know, but you know, I have my needs are met, and it's not just that my needs are met; it's that I have more than just my needs. All these books are not. You okay, Lucky? He hasn't done that in a while. Yeah. See, I have some boxes over here that I brought up. Okay, this fell. This is from when I bought my Mosin Nagant. Actually, I didn't realize these are still. I think that's 20 rounds right there. It's all packed in paper there. But when I bought my Mosin Nagant, I think it came with 2 of these, and you'd put that on the belt, and then it has stripper clips. And, but you know, look, this isn't a necessity. This powder horn is not a necessity. I have it. I like it. I like working with it. I like, you know, the designs I'm putting on it. It gives me something to do. I have a dowel that I'm gonna see about working on to replace this. I'll probably see if I can drill that out somehow and put the dowel in there. I'm gonna have to kind of um, um, whittle down the dowel so it'll fit. I mean, I really am pretty well off. There are a lot of people that have nothing. Okay, Carolyn and I, we were at the Salvation Army store in, I'm not sure if it's technically in Keene or Swansea or what, but it's on Route 12 south of Keene. And we were in there one day, and this young lady, she was in line in front of us, and she was talking to the cashier. It's the same people that work there. It seems like they've worked there forever. Um, this young lady, oh, John, here. John, you want to say hi to everybody? John, say hi. You're like, what the hell? Anyway, she had been through a fire, and I went and I talked to Carolyn about it, and I pulled a $20 bill out of my pocket, and I was going to go give it to her, but by the time I got back over there, she was gone. The lady was explaining to her how it worked, and like the Red Cross gave her a voucher, and but she had to use that voucher like at a specific store or something like that. Well, I figured, I went through a fire myself in 2009 and lost everything. And, um, if it weren't for family, well, that's what it was. And I'm talking about family who didn't, I'm talking about family who lived on the other side of the country. And when my mother got sick with Alzheimer's, my family on the other side of the country, when the car, that was, oh gosh, the car is finally dealt with, well, hopefully, or at least for the most part. If it weren't for family, that car would be sitting in a junkyard, or somebody, would sell it. I don't know, and I wouldn't have gotten anything for it. Well, maybe I would have gotten something, but not much. And yeah, there are a lot of things I wish I had, but my needs are met. And it's not just that my needs are met; it's that I have more than just my needs. I have a lot of wants. I mean, many of my wants are satisfied. It's not that I'm wanting, it's that I have those things that I'm wanting for. And there are people in this world, there are people in this country, there are people in this state that don't have this. They just don't have it. Now, I guess I could say this is a gratitude video. I mean, I'm very thankful for what I have. Um, there we all have difficulties in life of one sort or another. We go through good times and bad times, easy times and hard times, and at my age and having lived in different parts of the world, like I was saying to a friend of mine on Facebook, because that's how this video got started, was because of something he posted. And on Okinawa, I saw people living in shacks made of corrugated steel. I don't know how they survive typhoons. We um, I don't remember about our first house. I think our first two houses on Okinawa were brick. They were nice houses. Most Okinawans could not afford to live like that. We lived pretty well. We didn't want for anything. And there were Okinawans who were, to say they were dirt poor is putting it lightly. They would when we eventually moved on base. Although I always preferred off base living, because on base living, off base you're and anyway, there were people that would come on base, that would sneak on base at nighttime, and they would siphon gas out of cars. I remember once my dad went running out of the house because he heard somebody out there, messing around with a car. They couldn't afford gas. It wasn't that they were being malicious when they stole the gas. They just couldn't afford it. They didn't have the money for it. They needed it, and they couldn't afford it. And these people were working people. And uh, in Spain, I think in my last video or last two videos, I mentioned there were people who lived inside the walls of the old city, in the city walls, and that was awful. It was moist, humid in there, and a lot of people had TB, tuberculosis, and living under Franco was not fun and was not easy, but we did it. We still made a life over there. Life may have been hard, but we made a life over there. Uh, People played football, soccer. You know, you did what you I mean. You did the best that you could under the circumstances, and even on Okinawa, it was the same way. In Germany, well, Germany was different because in some ways, Germany was more like living in the United States because it was first world. Spain and Okinawa were not first world; they were third world, and maybe not today, but they were then. You know, like I said, I have medicine. I see doctors. Um, I have more than just what I need. I have things that I want. Yes, I want more. I want different. I want this. I want that. I don't need those things. I have what I need. I'm satisfied. I'm thankful for what I have. Um, would having X or having Y, would that make life easier? Would it make life, maybe it would be more pleasant? I don't know, but I don't need those things. I have a good life. I have a great girlfriend in the other room. I have great fur babies. I have great friends. I have great family. I live in a great town in a great state. Um, I mean, one thing I'm thankful for is living in New Hampshire, is living in the town of Troy, New Hampshire. I lived in Texas for 40 freaking years, and I was not happy. But I'm happy here. I never thought I could be happy in the United States, but I am. You know, and even in Texas, I was making a choice not to be happy. I could have been happy, but I didn't want to be happy there. And yeah, I went through a lot of hard times there, but so have other people. That's when I see um, people who are criminals and and they blame the way they were raised. They blame their circumstances for being a criminal. No, I was abused as a child. I didn't wind up being some psychopath out there murdering people or stealing from people. You have to make a choice, and look at what you have, and you probably have it pretty darn well. Now, well, it's yesterday. Now it's tomorrow or whatever. Um, we went to the grandbaby's first birthday party yesterday, or I guess you could say today, but yesterday technically because it's after midnight. Um, and the stepson, they really don't have a whole lot, but they're happy. They go out and do things. They go fishing. They go hunting. I'm not a hunter. I like to shoot. I like shooting sports, but I don't like hunting. I shouldn't say I don't like hunting. I've never hunted. I really don't want to. But I need to learn how to do that. And I can. If I really wanted to learn how to hunt, there are people in this town that would probably be more than happy to teach me. And I'm sure it's not that difficult. It's, but I'd want a clean kill. I saw a video of a guy, a buck skinner, somebody like me that's into living history, and he took a turkey down. He had a 62 caliber smoothbore, and one shot took it down. That, to me, that is the most humane way to do it. You don't make them suffer. Don't let them suffer. But you know, and look, living here in New Hampshire, the wildlife, the scenery, it's amazing. Now this fall, the colors changing with, the leaves changing didn't amount to a whole lot this year for some reason. So our weather's been really odd. It's been a very cool summer, and I think that's had something to do with it. And um, we were uh, over by Springfield, Vermont, just on the other side of the Connecticut River, and I was looking at the river. It's muddy. It was muddy because we've had a lot of rain, and they had more rain up north than we had down here, and so the water level is pretty high, and it was a good. It wasn't really windy, but there was a breeze, so it was choppy. The river was choppy, and but we have gas in the car. We don't always have that. We can't always afford to put as much gas in the car as we would like, but we have a car, and right now we have gas in it. Um, Only once have I ran out of gas with this car, and that was my fault. Nobody else's. I was the one who kept driving it when I should have been out there walking. I have health issues, but my health issues are dealt with. I can see a doctor. Okay, life is good. Life is actually pretty darn good. So I may not have some of the things I wish I had, but I have my needs met. And I have more than just my needs met. So well, that's that's the way it is. And I hope everybody has a great day. Have a great day. Bye.